Hi there, Bone Storm. Welcome back to week 2. You got Kev over there and Maddie here. Let's dig into the games, Mr. Kevin, unless, of course, you have something to say.
Yeah. When you do a side-by-side, am I looking at you now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he is a jerk-off.
What?
Right?
Why would you say that? No, he is a mean person.
To my left, right?
Yes, see, exactly.
I'm with dummy.
I'm with stupid. Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Hey, welcome, Bone Storm, to week 2 in review, week 3 preview. Wow. Are we really only 2 weeks in?
Feels like longer, doesn't it?
It does to me, because I am 0-2.
Ouch.
So, perfect segue. My second loss comes from the other person in my division. So I'm 0-2 in regular and division play. Not starting off well. I'm not scoring too bad. I'm just playing powerhouses, which is the Springfield division, if I'm remembering that correctly. The People's Champ took me down this week, 155.1 to my measly 122.3.
That is true. Yeah, you had a tough day. He had a huge day with his guys. I mean, Michael Thomas and Drew Brees, that double combination is working very well for Mr. Devlin as of late. So is McCaffrey with a huge game in garbage time for a lot of it with McCaffrey with 29.9. I mean, that's hard to come back with those big hitters. Now, you had Tom Brady, 20, Ezekiel, 19, Hilton, 21. You had some good scores. Thompson had 22.
Every course. I know.
On your bench, though, a man by the name of Will Fuller, 27 points. Matty Ice with 34. Now, there were some people in other leagues that I know set Tom Brady because they played the Jacksonville Jaguars. You did not went with Tom Terrific, and it bit you because if you would have put those two in instead of that guy and Cobb, now Cobb, I understand you had a big game, would have beat him by 1 point. Ouch!
I would have?
Yes. 1 point.
Well, I started Cobb.
No, I said not Cobb. It was Will Fuller. If you would have switched Cobb and Fuller.
Yeah, this happened last week.
I know.
I started
Fuller. This way you got beat. Now you got this way you got beat. You can't win, Heath. That's the problem.
I cannot win.
Who's next?
That's literal. Okay, next we have the Braille Bombers, who were able to take down the Krostofsky Lovejoy Project and scored her second win of the season and dealt Krostofsky, Joe, same in my, he's in my shoes, 0-2 as well. Braille Bombers, 143.4 against Krostofsky's 118.4.
Yeah, she got off to a big start on Thursday night with A.J. Green having 3 touchdowns in the first half. That was insane. I couldn't believe he did so well. So that's a nice little cushion for her to start with. Golden Tate tipped him with 20 points. Evan Ingram with 19 in that crap fest against Dallas.
Hey, where did Golden Tate go to school?
Who?
Golden Tate.
Golden Tate. Notre Dame, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, Irish, of course. Coleman.
Normally you ask me that.
What's that?
Normally you ask me anytime Notre Dame goes. Yeah.
I'll try to get all the Notre Damers. Did Will?
That's okay. He went to Notre Dame.
That's what I was going to say. See, I almost said that, but I wasn't 100% on that one. I wasn't 100% on that one. So Wilson, 18. Unfortunately, her total scores obviously beat down Joe. Joe had a great day with Kirk Cousins with 46 points. That's awesome for your quarterback. Unfortunately, Odell Beckham, nowhere to be found on that Sunday night game. He only came in with 9 points. Joe Mixon gets hurt, only 9 points. So
unbelievable.
With some injuries. He puts in Vance McDonald, who is supposed to be the number 1 tight end in Pittsburgh, but who has the day of like 100 yards and a touchdown? Jesse James, not the number 1.
I saw that.
His fault. I mean, that is not Joe's fault. Unfortunately, he put in Devontae Parker, who got 0. Now, I didn't even look up Devontae Parker. I don't even know if he started or he just had a crappy day, but that's a bad day. And on top of all of it, to add insult to injury, my mom's defense had -1. So he even got help there, but not enough for old Joe. Who's next?
Well, Joe's got an interesting situation. Earlier in the day, I wasn't giving him grief, but I was looking at his bench with who's he got?
Riddick, Walker. Well, Walker's out.
No.
Mahomes with 52?
No. Yeah, Mahomes.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I couldn't remember. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, my God, dude, what? Start Mahomes, and then he's got Kirk Cousins.
Cousins has 46. He has like 2 top guys.
So maybe Trade
Look
bait.
for a that's what I was going to say.
Absolutely.
There's some trade bait, Joe. Not that he pays attention other than the videos. He doesn't do any homework in the league itself. But this is what we call good trade bait. You have two really high-performing quarterbacks. Look for somebody who's needing one.
Absolutely.
Throw something out there. You might get something. Okay, what's next?
All right. The poor deplorables are 0-2 as well. Man, not a lot of the winners are separating from the losers quite quickly in this league so far. Punishment Due again gets a second win, taking down Jen 182.4 to 132.5. Good scores by Todd, but again, 2-0 for Todd, 0-2 for the deplorables. So far, our next game will split, but we'll go to this one first.
Yep, Melvin Gordon had a huge day with 3 touchdowns. That was awesome for him. I don't expect that every week. DeAndre Hopkins, 25. O.J. Howard, 20.6. Galladay had 20. Burita, is that how you pronounce it? Burita in San Francisco, 28.9. I think he had one really long touchdown run, too. So that was a huge day for him. Jen just couldn't keep up. I mean, Rivers had a nice day with 28. Adams had 20. But there was a lot of really low scores. Robbie Anderson just disappeared with a 3.7. She had a great day from Ertz with 20. Adrian Peterson falls back to earth with only 8. Kareem Hunt, 15. Carlos Hyde, 12. Respectable. Not enough to beat the big dog, Todd, when he's looking for toast to stomp on.
All right, next we've got a comeback game for the Malibu Stacies, who had a lovely day, scoring 174.5, taking down not her nemesis, but her favorite fictional character's nemesis, being Voldemort, 174.5 to 107. Last week, she hated her team, thought this year was over. This week, she watches Big Ben play and is very happy suddenly with her team.
Yes, she is. Big Ben. Oh, goodness. We got Mom's phone going off crazy in the background. See, it wouldn't happen at 5 o'clock, but we had an older engagement. Big Ben puts up 48 in a loss that was heartbreaking for the fans, but he dove in for 1 touchdown, so this guy really does want to win. Great job there, Big Ben, with 48. Cooper, nice comeback for Oakland there, 23 points for her. Anna Hogan had a nice day. I know he had a touchdown for 19. Nelson Aguilar for 23, so she had a great game. Unfortunately for Mr. Greggy Weggy, Todd Gurley in the 32 didn't do enough. Bilal Powell had 19. Travis Landry falls back to only 11. Gronkowski, 3.5. Boy, that Jacksonville defense held him in check. That guy talked a lot of trash, and he backed it up with that. Gronk didn't have quite a day at all. And the New England defense, -1 against the big Blake Bortles. So congrats to the Jacksonville Jaguars for beating those hated Patriots, Greg. And you took a loss, too. So both you, Bill, and Tom can all cry on your little huddle together. What's next?
Speaking of crying in a puddle, and this is something I mentioned to you earlier today, and I can't believe we're going to dance right past that Pittsburgh loss so quickly. Yeah. Roughing the kicker, but that wasn't my point. My point was, got to play a little more defense at home. You don't let somebody come into your house and run up you like that. All right, that's not what I was going for.
Not a rookie, second-year player, too. 6 touchdowns.
So that was one of the things I picked up on last week's your ramblings of an insane person last week. You were 2 things, and watching the video on rewind for myself, because I lived through it once and I watched it again. 2 things I picked up. One, how the Steelers were going to stop anybody from doing anything. That did not happen.
No,
yeah. The other thing is, I don't know if you remember this, but last week you sounded like a giddy schoolgirl with your love affair with the Minnesota Vikings defense.
Yes.
You brought them up like 10 times.
Yes. And
what did they do this week? Anything?
I don't know. We haven't got to that game. I haven't looked at them, have I?
I don't know. All right.
You don't even know. You're just yelling.
Next up, we have got the gentleman for quarterlies.
Yes.
Unfortunately, lose another game. The Heath group is struggling. We got 1 win so far out of 6 games. She falls to the Saquon Mustangs.
I love
Mustangs. Old doctor.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley, that nice rookie that he picked up, got 24 in the loss to Dallas.
I didn't say the score. 177.5 to 120.3. Sorry.
Okay, Saquon Barkley had a good day. So did Adam Thielen with 33. That's huge. Robinson with 18. 31 from Kelsey against my Steelers. Damn you, Kelsey. Hate that guy.
You're going to stop him.
21 for his Chicago defense. That defense looks for real since they've got Khalil
Oh,
Mack.
gee, here we go. Now it's not Minnesota.
I'm
It's
getting to it. Just shut up about the Minnesota. Let's get back to the other one. Their quarterbacks were kind of a wash. Get that dog out of here, I swear to God.
he's going to say hello.
Mike Evans was the only shining star for Miss Terry at 22 points. The rest of her squad was fair to Midland. Bad day for her, good day for Clemens. Let's move to the next one.
Next one, we've got the Wild Poopers.
Hey, may I suggest some first knee to the chest? It works.
He's not jumping up. I'm on the ground. Okay, we've got the Wild Poopers put up 178 to take down the Honor Rollers, who put up a measly 150.7.
Dare you? That's a
let's get an opinion. Baxter, how do you think he did? Oh yeah, not well. That's what he said. You
Great.
didn't
Well, I didn't do well because my old man in the seat scored 37 points in that stupid loss in garbage time. He's running all over the place. Jared Goff was 22. That's fine. Our running backs, they were kind of Brandon Cooks for her, 24. Stephon Diggs, 39, almost 40 there. Huge. But what really put me under was that stupid Rams defense for 20 points. Arizona couldn't score one damn point. Are you kidding me? What is going on in Arizona? I am miffed at that.
we got problems in Arizona, right here in Arizona.
I got a real problem with Jack Doyle. He's off. I'm putting in Cook this week. Jack, you let me down twice. 4 points. Are you kidding me? 4.
Is Cook the guy that you picked up off the waiver wire?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, well, you better start him while you pick
that camera. He would have got me double that, but it wouldn't have mattered in the end. I'm just sick and tired of seeing him. It didn't work very well. Took the loss. Let's move on. Is that the last game, hopefully?
That's the last game.
And the Vikings defense was good. They played in Green Bay, went back and forth. They got all the way to a tie where the Vikings – I don't remember if the Vikings kicker missed it.
Oh, my gosh.
The Green Bay kicker missed it.
No, so did the Vikings kicker. He missed 2.
There you go.
Earlier on, and then he had a chip in for the game win in overtime, like 30 yards, and missed
yards
again.
But makeable for him. You're absolutely right. And it was a bad day for the brand. Thank you, Pat McAfee. Bad day for the brand.
Okay, now
standings, right?
Standings. Let's do this. Brockway.
We've got the notes.
And Braille Bombers both basically tied for first at 2-0. With the Lovejoy Project, like myself, winless at 0-2. Next, we've got Ogdenville. Again, sort of a two-way tie here for first. Both teams at 1-1, which is good news for the deplorables who are 0-2. You are one game out of first. North Haverbrook. We got the complete separation in this division. We got the Mustangs at 2-0, the Wild Poopers at 1-1. And Port Terry winless at 0-2. And finally, the cream of the entire league, the Springfield division. We've got separation there as well. The People's Champ, undefeated at 2-0. That's Jason, followed closely by the Honor Rollers, who are at 500 at 1-1. And we have the winless, hapless, Camp Krusty, Tailspin. Can't figure out how to pull it up. We'll figure it out. That's what she said. Let's go on to pickups.
All right, pickups this week was pretty tame. People overpaid for everybody because nobody was contested. But I will tell you the notables. Will Disley, that Seattle tight end that did awesome in week 1, not so great in week 2.
For 11 tight ends on the waiver wire this year.
Anyway, Kristofsky picked him up for $15. Malibu Stacy's I see went out and got Fitzmagic. Too bad he's playing Pittsburgh this week, Don.
Oh, here we go again.
If you start him, Don, over Big Ben, that's going to really make me mad. We got the People's Champ picking up my scraps. Giovanni Bernard, after I ditched him, looks like Jason wants him because Joe Mixon's out for a couple of weeks. And the Malibu Stacy's also picked up the Cowboys defense. How about them Cowboys? So not a huge amount of back and forth, but maybe next week we'll bring that. So that's who they wanted. We're talking about.
I can't remember which outlet put it out, but I'm pretty sure they put Fitzpatrick as a must start against the Steeler defense this week.
Why not? Our secondary just decided not to show up last week. Why not have 7 touchdowns this week, secondary? Let's really play from behind. God.
All right. Let's talk about week 3. Want to?
Please.
Okay. So first up, we got a battle of the Kevs.
Woohoo!
The Saquon Haha Mustangs go against Camp Krusty. It says I'm going to win by 15. I'm predicting another loss for my team. I don't know what you say.
I think you actually might win this. You got Tom Brady going up against what appears to be a very hapless Detroit team. And believe me, when the Patriots lose in the few times they do, that next game, Tom is mad. The whole team is mad. They go crazy with scoring. So
statistically, I'm going to win at some point.
Okay, I think that's
every week my odds get better.
You got Elliott doing well. Though Lewis going up against Jacksonville, that might be a little tough. Although maybe
he didn't do great. He didn't do great last week.
No, he did not do great. But maybe he'll have a better game against. Although it's Jacksonville, so who the hell knows?
Yeah.
You got Hilton going up against Philly. I think that's going to be a good game. Fitz, you better watch and see if he's still going to be okay because he was injured in that last game. Jordan Reed, provided he stays upright, should do good against Green Bay. Chris Thompson should do good against Green Bay. Cobb. Question mark, right? Week 1, huge numbers. Week 2, back down to almost nothing. I mean, 10's not almost nothing, but 7, I think, is what he got. And the rest of your squad's good. Let's look at Saquon's list. He's got Andrew Luck going against Philly. Okay. Houston, that might be a little tougher for Barkley, although he's hopefully going to do better than they did against, not he, but the team, than they did against Dallas. Rex Burkhead is supposed to be doing good there against Detroit. Thielen should have a huge day in Buffalo. Did you hear Buffalo? They had a DB quit at halftime.
I heard about that.
Left. Like he was driving on the stadium. People were like, hey, where's he going?
Not quit, retired, right?
Yeah, exactly. In the middle of the game. So I expect Thielen to have quite a field day there. Should be a close game, but I'm still giving the nod to you because I think Tom Brady gets right with this game.
Oh, I appreciate that. Okay, the next game, I'm calling this week's Thunderdome game because 2 undefeated teams enter. Only 1 undefeated team leaves. We got the Braille Bombers against the Punishment Due.
Ooh, somebody's going to come away with a loss in this one. You are right. We got Russell Wilson going up against Dallas, who looked very good, but it's going to be in Seattle, so maybe on his home turf he might do a little bit better. Let's see, she got A.J. Green going up against Carolina. I don't think he's going to have 3 touchdowns, but he should do well. Golden Tate against New England, kind of a wash. I don't know. Evan Ingram should be good. Cooper Kupp against the Chargers. That should be a big day for him. Tevin Coleman, that's a tough one because is Freeman going to play? If he plays, and that's going to push down Coleman's numbers. On the other side, got Deshaun Watson, supposed to have a big day. Howard's supposed to have a big day. Gordon, he's not predicted to do 3 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins, you know, is going to get his. I'm going to give the edge to Mama slightly because Wilson playing at home, although, boy, he was getting his butt handed to him the last time they played on Monday night, so I don't know how he's going to recover from this one. We shall see. I think it's going to be a slaughter one way or another. I don't think it's going to be a close one at all. One team's going to do way better than the other one, and should be interesting because, like you said, the 2-2-0 teams, I did not realize that. That'll be a game to watch.
Thunderdome, yeah. Yep. Next, we've got what they claimed is blood is thicker than water, but we shall see. We've got the 2 lanes going against each other. Joe versus Greg. Whoever loses, I figure loves the other brother more.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I like that. So, yeah, this is great. So, Big Joe's putting Mahomes in. He's finally come around on him, it looks like. So that should be good because they're saying that KC game versus San Francisco might just be a shootout. So that could be big numbers. I mean, he could go for 7 instead of 6, that little jerk. He's got Theoretic, who went to
Notre Dame.
There you go, exactly. Going against Houston, not Houston, New England. Check that. Let's see who Reggie's got. Oh, Carson Wentz, welcome back to the squad. You're clear to play. First game back. Who knows how he's going to do? It's a toss-up. Could be boom or bust for him. Gurley should get his touches. Jarvis Landry, will he get right on Thursday night? Will Cleveland win a game? Did you see that Cleveland game?
No.
So
I told you what.
They haven't won in like 2 years, right? Practically.
11 years. That's all I got.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Cleveland can go ahead. They've got this. They're at the end of the game. It's 4th down. They throw this long bomb. Who the rookie gets it. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cleveland's going crazy. All they got to do is kick the extra point. They're ahead by 1. He misses the extra point. Cleveland, you're tied. They get the ball back. Will Lutz goes down, kicks the field goal for the Saints to win. It's all over. They go back to this part, like who missed already a couple that day, field goal and like extra points, and it was just
the whole day.
Only in Cleveland.
The whole day kickers were missing. I can't believe it.
Bad day for kickers. Yes, very bad. Let's see if Gronkowski can get out the schneid against Detroit again. I think he has a big day. So I'm giving the hat tip to Voldemort here over Krostovsky because you got Wentz. I think he's going to do well. And Joe is certainly down a running back. He's hoping that Reddick and Drake can carry him. Will they? I don't know. He's putting in Will Disley. He's putting all his chips on some of these wild cards that have played good up until now, but who knows, right? There's no for sure anywhere. So who's next?
Next, we got a couple of cat fights here coming up. We've got the Gentlemen's Malibu's first. We'll go Malibu Stacy's against the Deplorables. So can the Deplorables get their first win? Can Malibu continue the run? We'll see.
It's going to be an interesting one because you got the division game between Atlanta and New Orleans. So Julio Jones, will New Orleans show up? I mean, again, we've had the tale of two defenses with New Orleans, right? The first week, they were giving up everything. Second week, they locked that down and did a lot better. So do we see week 1 or week 2? I don't know. Kyle Rudolph, who went to
Notre Dame.
There you go, exactly. He always comes through. And again, against the hapless Buffalo, should have a big day there. Big Ben against Tampa Bay Monday night. Man, if there's a time we need him again for another 48 for her. The Deplorables got Phil Rivers going up against the Rams, who had a very good defense last week. They might shut him down. Kareem Hunt going up against San Francisco. That could be a good matchup for Jennifer. Devontae Adams of Washington, I like that. Robbie Anderson, I think he gets better against Cleveland this week. I'm still going to give the edge to Dawn, but I think it might be closer than we think. I mean, they're calling her 140 to 128. I think it's going to be a lot closer than that.
Okay. The other cat fight I was mentioning, the Gentlemen 4 Quarterlies winless tries to get their first win against the Wild Poopers coming off a huge victory last week. Their line doesn't look close either.
Yeah, no, it looks like she's going to run away with it. Looks like she's going to
points.
What's that?
105 points for
6, but yes, you're close.
3.
Yeah. I think this might be the game that Terry gets a little back with Washington and Green Bay. I think Alex Smith's going to have a big day. I expect Dalvin Cook to, again, run over that poor Buffalo defense that's depleted, that's for sure. I like Isaiah Crowell against Cleveland. Love Keenan Allen against the Rams. Although the Rams are pretty good, I think Keenan Allen can bust through that. And love Emmanuel Sanders this year. I think he's going to be good. On the Wild Pooper side, Stephon Diggs has been doing nothing but catch touchdowns. I don't expect that's going to stop against Buffalo. She's got LaShawn McCoy going against Minnesota, a tough defense. I think he's going to have a rough day there. Williams,
go again.
I'm just saying. Jay Ajayi, it's a toss-up. He's had good weeks and bad weeks. I still think Terry's going to pull this one out. She's going to get her first win this week. You heard it here.
I hope so. Okay, and finally, I'm calling this the game of the week to watch. We've got the People's Champ going against the Honor Rollers. This what I call a true grudge match. I'm looking forward to this one.
This one is going to be one for the ages because I don't know if
1 point apart on the projections.
I have not seen Jason have a better team in I can't remember as many years. I mean, he's had good teams, don't get me wrong, but they've been this guy's good, and the rest of them kind of carry him. This year, he has so many good people. It's like if he doesn't win the championship this year, he is going to just have to put his head in the sand because, I mean, he's got Breeze, McCaffrey, Connor has been doing great. Thomas, Demaryius Thomas, he has another. He's got the Blinger with Jimmy Graham. He's got Deshaun Jackson, who's finally in his lineup. Nice to come up with him in the third week after he's had 2 huge weeks. Not this week. Pittsburgh's shutting down Deshaun Jackson. I'm calling it here. I'm calling my shot. Our secondary is going to come up and stop Fitzmagic. It's not going to happen this week. Oh, and he also has Minnesota's defense. Jesus Christ. And he got Josh Gordon, who just went to the Patriots. Are you kidding me? He has so many, but he has too much talent. I tell you.
Are you setting this up for a win for, this so it doesn't look so bad when you lose?
No, I'm saying that I'm being honest. I'm looking at who he's got on paper. I'm like, gosh darn it, he's frightening on paper. But I'm not scared of paper. I'm going to take him down like I did those ribs at Rib Fest. I'm going to eat him to the bone and be done with him. Leave him to eat for Clemens to mock me at.
All right, and I think that's the last game.
I think that is. So, hey, I'm spent now. I'm all fired up now. That
Jason, I know you are.
Oh, Jason. Can't believe
all right, and I didn't have I was working on a little surprise for the video, but I couldn't get it done in time. That was my fault. I had plenty of time today. I hope to be ready for next week. I know.
Okay, next week it'll be on. Jason, here's what I need from you, other than looking at your lineup and just probably touching yourself when you're so happy with them, is I need you to come up with some dates. What's the date that Todd turns 21? When are we going to go out as a big team? What are we doing? Where are we going to go? Whose house is going to host things? If anyone out there in La La Land that we're talking to wants to host an event at their house, reach out to me or Kev or Jay. We'll get together and talk about it, but we're totally open to that. guess what just came 2 days ago?
What?
My brand new smoker. That's right. Smoked pizza coming.
Uh-oh.
This thing is so big it can do 16 chickens, 4
Which-
turkeys. It can
which
do
one did you
8
get?
pork butts. I'm so excited.
Did you get a Traeger or did you get a
No, I
egg?
don't know. I'll
What
look
did
it
you get?
up. It's something that I looked up online that said it was supposed to be good. So we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can get something done this weekend. Test it out. Give it its first run. All I know is that thing is going to be the key to me hosting a successful Rib Fest next year. Unlike the one I so badly screwed up 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I thought
That
you were going
was
to badmouth Jade
disgraceful.
this year. Ow. Sorry, my dog's attacking me.
First of all, you should never set its own level because now it thinks it's equal to you. Push it down. You stay above that dog. You are the pack leader, not that mutt. Oh, I wish it
Look
was.
at.
Knee to the chest. Knee to the chest.
Ow.
Down. Bad
All right.
dog.
Sorry, he likes to wrestle. All right, sorry. So,
All right, so looking forward to next week and Kev's surprise. Surprise. That's sign language for surprise. For those
that is. Hey,
surprise.
I will be if the Steelers can play defense this week.
Shut it! They're gonna do better this week. I'm so sick
And
of
that's
them
not a
losing.
touchdown. This is
Ah.
surprise.
All right, so for Kevin, this is Medic signing off. Have a good week. Kev, take us home.
Stay classy, Bone Storm.